Hello, you're welcome to our broadcast today. This is Family Aspect, and I welcome you all to the family. Today, I want to be sharing with you 5 reasons for divorce and why they are so common. 5 reasons for divorce and why they are so common. Sometimes, when I look at the statistics of what is of divorce that is taking place in different parts of the world, my heart bleed. But I've done my research and I've seen over the years why this thing happened. Firstly, according to the National Center for Health Statistics, the divorce rate in the US is in decline, and that appears to be like good news, right? It's on a decline, and the reality is the new generation are waiting longer to get married. A lot of people these days are waiting much longer to get married, and as a result there are both fewer marriages and fewer divorces right now. But these challenges or these changes, let me put it that way, in numbers doesn't mean that divorce is uncommon. In fact, almost 50%, listen to this, almost 50% of all marriages in the US and Europe, as based on statistics, will end in divorce or separation. I say that again, almost 50% of all marriages in the US and Europe, all over this Western region, will end up in divorce and separation. Now, though each relationship is different and each divorce comes with its own set of challenges, okay? Not all of them are the same, happen the same thing. But many couples decide to separate or to part ways for similar reasons. And here I want to share with you 5 most common reasons why people get divorced. And I'll be right back to continue. You're welcome back. Now, what are the 5 major reasons why people get divorced? Why do people get divorced so commonly? And what are the reasons for this? I want to share 5 of them with you. 5 major reasons why people or couples get divorced. Number 1 is money and debt. Money and debt. One of the biggest challenges that couples face is money. Lack of money puts stress on marriages all around the world. Instead of becoming a money management team as they are supposed to, they fight over what the bill to pay or what not to pay. You see, that has been a huge challenge. And when a couple brings debt into a marriage, they are starting in a hole. They are starting in a hole. You know, and that makes even things harder, because it's like you dig a hole and put yourself inside, and how are you going to get out of it? So debt is a huge problem for many in Europe and in America. We'll talk about student loans, medical bills, credit cards are standing between young and old people. You know, it's huge. So many marriages fall apart because couples simply can't make ends meet. Over time, arguments about money and spending put too much, a strain on relationships. It puts so much strain on your relationships. Spouses grow resentful. You see, they become unhappy and decide to call it a quit. And this happens over time. Now, money issues are such a common reason for divorce because many couples are not on the same page, and that's true. Financially, we are all not on the same page. So when we get together as couples, it's always like that. We come on different pages financially. So while one partner save and pay bills on time, the other may be more wasteful and irresponsible with spending. We've seen a lot of that happen in many marriages. Over time, what happens is this can cause a lot of issues and stress in the marriage. And that's why we have a lot of divorces going on from that perspective of money and debt. Now, another thing, number 2, I want to share with you is infidelity. Infidelity. Now, this is a common reason why couple divorce. We all know why some people may work hard to keep a marriage together after a spouse cheats. Is a huge problem. But infidelity puts an enormous strain on a relationship. We all know that. If a spouse cheats, all right, if a spouse cheats, there is typically a lingering issue that led them to stray. I always say it. You don't have cheating spouse just willing to cheat. No, the reason they cheat is something typically has been lingering. Something went wrong somewhere, and I've done a video on why men cheat, and I think I haven't done a video yet on why women cheat. But look at some of the videos I've done. You'll be able to find that there, because there's a reason why you have a cheating spouse. There must be a lingering issue, that led to it. So that's one of the reasons why people get divorced. Then number three, the third reason why people get divorced is being together for the wrong reason. Oh, this has many sizes, many sides to it. Maybe it was to have children. Okay, so this guy wants children, but the woman doesn't. So, or they both just agree to come together just to have children, and they don't want to be alone. So they want, or probably they wanted financial stability. So that's why sometimes you need to look at the way people reason their decision, or how they go about their decision in going about marrying someone. You see, not everything we see on the outside is really what it is. People usually know on some level, right? On some level, going into the marriage, they know they are going into the marriage that there is something practically motivating them for going into that marriage, or some sense that they are getting married because they want to be married more. See, I want you to understand, they want to be married more than that they want to marry their spouse. I don't know if you understand it. What they are concerned about is the subject, is the idea of marrying somebody. I just want to marry. So they are more conscious of getting married than to be more conscious of marrying the right person. You know what I mean now? So they may have also rushed into marriage. They will have many people who have rushed into marriages based off the superficial reasons, or there are a lot of myths about marrying someone. So they never really get to know their future spouse. That's the key. They never really get to know who they're marrying. And this is so important to avoiding divorce. You want to ensure that you know who you're marrying. Who are you getting married to is the key. All right? So that's very important. Rather than spending time learning about learning about one another, you see, before getting married, we find spouses are figuring things out along the way. That's not supposed to be. We find that our spouses are now figuring things out along the way. They were supposed to do this before they get married. Figure out who you're getting married to before you say, yes, I do. Now, it's common for couples to realize that they have different priorities. I understand that, or they want different things in life entirely. So all of these things is what muggle things up in relationship. Not properly getting to know the right person, the person you're marrying to. So it's so important that you have an understanding of the person that you want to marry. In other words, don't get married for the wrong reasons. What are you getting married for? Is it for money? Is it because he has cars? Is it because she's beautiful? She's a damsel, nice, good body shape woman? You got to go beyond the physical things and decide to marry for the true value. Okay? It's very important. Then, poor communication. That's number 4. Poor communication and conflict resolution. That's another problem that leads to divorce. In order for partners to have their needs met in the relationship they're in, they must be able to communicate effectively. I have been saying this on this channel. You must be able to communicate effectively with one another about the needs of your spouses and how best to meet them. It's so important. Spouses also must be successful in addressing any kind of conflict related to differences in points of views and opinions. Now, these lead to healthy relationship. And these views, these opinions that have to be discussed must be done in a healthy way that are conducive to solving the problem at hand. We have people resolving problems in a very unlikely manner, in a very rude and abusive manner. How can that make lasting effect, lasting changes? So instead of they fighting, instead of them communicating and dealing with these things in a good manner, in a good way, instead they are fighting. They fight dirty. They keep everything bottled up. They don't talk about it. Listen, guys, relationships require open and consistent communication. Without it, you are just asking to be upset. It's just the way it is. So relationships require open and consistent communication. There's so much to talk about on communication, but you got the point. So number 5, the last point I want to share with you that leads to divorces and why it's so common is lack of intimacy. Lack of intimacy. Lack of intimacy. Do not underestimate the importance of sex and intimacy. I have been saying this for a long time. I'm still saying it on this channel. You do not underestimate the importance of sex and intimacy in your relationship. Physical intimacy is an important part of a successful marriage. But unfortunately, what we have is that the older we get, all right, the older our body gets, then we find out that we lack the drive to keep up with this physical appearance. So what happens is the couple may find themselves not attracted to each other anymore. So you might be in that case today. Probably you're old enough now, maybe in your 50s, in your 60s, in your 70s, and you don't find yourself attractive to your spouse anymore. I understand that happens. It also goes beyond just sex and the physical intimacy anyways. But one thing I want you to know is that relationships require heart-centered communication and quality time together with an emphasis on emotional intimacy. I want you to take that seriously. Your body still have the chemistry. Your body can still be stirred up with those vibes. So all you need to do is have heart-centered communication and quality time spent with emphasis on emotional intimacy. So that quality time must be with a focus on emotional intimacy with your spouse. is so important. I cannot overemphasize this enough. This is so important. All right. So everything you do as a couple, from your words, action, thoughts, are either bringing you closer together or is moving you farther apart. You got to choose. You got to choose. This is how you make things work. Now, couples who neglect opportunities to deepen their emotional intimacy will soon find themselves disconnected and disappointed. And that is what we find many a times in relationship. Actually, largely, I've seen that the huge spike on divorce that we find in many homes and relationships today is due to lack of intimacy. Largely lack of intimacy. And you have to take that serious. Well, there you have it. I've shared with you today the 5 reasons for divorce and why they are so common. Now, if you like this video, I want you to hit the thumb up button and then subscribe if you're new here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I want you to subscribe and share this video with those you think would need it. I really appreciate you being part of a family and listening to our video again. There are many more videos you can watch and listen to. I've talked about preparing for marriage. I've talked about dating advices. I've spoken about divorces in different places of my video. There are many challenges in relationship that you might be facing that you want to talk about. You want to actually learn what to do about them. And I've shared some videos there. So I want you to go through our playlist and look them out. And if you have any questions, please don't forget to leave your comment at the comment section below this video. And if you want to contact us for any reason based on relationship counseling, or you need some coaching in some areas, don't hesitate to contact us directly on Family Aspect on our Instagram anchor. So you can go on our Instagram and write me there straight away, and I'll be able to reply you as soon as I get your message. Thank you so much everyone for watching, and I appreciate you, and I'll see you again in another video. Until then, live a peaceful, happy life. Bye for now.